What's up, Tech family and Realme family? Today we're not just unboxing a phone. We're going inside the Realme P4 Pro series to see what makes this phone a beast. Now, if you see, this phone has been unboxed. The back has been teared down. If we see the back of the phone, it is a wooden material, very premium. It's the wooden in the shallow color, and we have a deep colored wooden version. And now this one is more towards the glasses design. So that's basically the design of this phone. If we are checking the P4 Pro, the inside of it, you're gonna see it's a 7000 mAh big battery, and you see that it's the camera model, the CPU part here. The phone, I have to say, is very slim. If you see, it's very slim comparing to the GT, which I'm currently using. It's much slimmer, and this one is just 189 grams. It's much lighter, and the battery is the same, 7000 mAh battery. So very good design and a very slim body and lightweighted. I want to show you the inside CPU and the GPU part. At its heart, it packed the Snapdragon 7 Gen 4. This is, I believe, the first time in the industry, and Realme is the first to start using it in this price range. In this year, you are not seeing more than 3 brands having this processor in this price range, and Realme is happily the first one. The Antutu score is up to 1 million, and the performance is very good. Now, not just the performance, I want to make sure that this phone delivers the 8th gen kind of performance. We've added here the dedicated GPU in this phone. Previously, every smartphone with dedicated GPU is priced above 30K. This is the first time under 30K we have a dedicated GPU. Hypervision AI chip, the only dedicated display processor in its class. You might ask, why we added a dedicated GPU? Want it to drain the battery? What's the magic? Does it work? Let's tear it down and uncover the secret behind that silky smooth screen. Okay, you may asking, what's the actual benefits of a dedicated GPU? Well, we know that smartphone screens with a dedicated GPU have surged nowadays from 108p to 1.5K to 2K, and now from 60 Hz to 120 Hz to 144 Hz. Yet, when you actually using this cutting-edge display, whether gaming or watching video, you often encounter a paradox. It's like having a Ferrari engine stuck in a traffic. The problem actually isn't about the display. It's related to the content frame rate remaining stagnant. Most firms nowadays are shoot at 24 FPS, and online videos usually go up to 30 FPS. Even in the case of top mobile games, the maximum cap goes up to 60 FPS. So where the display showcases the top performance of 144 Hz freeway, the content feeding is still crawling on a 30 FPS country road. So this is exactly why there are dedicated display chips in smartphones are really needed, but it's an expensive technology. You need to make it to the mass consumers. On a regular smartphone, the GPU simply outputs the sources is 24 FPS or 30 FPS. So the signal directly to the 144 Hz display. But with efficient original frame rate, stuttering inadvertent occurs during the fast motion. So basically, you have a bad source with a good display, so it doesn't change the status quo. However, the phones with a dedicated display chip works differently. They analyze changes on a frame-to-frame basis using algorithm, intelligently calculating the missing pixels and the missing intermediate frames. So without altering the original source, they can boost the 24 FPS content to 60 FPS output. This technology is called the MEMC, Motion Estimation and Compensation. The display chip analyzes 2 frames, predict the in-betweens, and bumps a regular 24 FPS video to a 60 FPS video with no content altered and no stutter. In games, your GPU renders at, let's say, 45 FPS, where the display chips interpolates it to 90 or 120 FPS. So basically, your benefit will be lower GPU load, which is a cooler temperature, twice the smoothness. So you got a sleek gameplay. It will have less power drain. You got longer sessions. With the dedicated display chip enabled on Realme P4 series, when you are playing the BGMI, our official partner in India, you will get a very smooth experiences. It's far more smoother and more responsive. So it's my first time using a dedicated GPU phone. I compared it with my GT Aston Martin edition. Performance are basically the same, and even on the display part, you can see it's more vivid and more smooth. So overall efficiency becomes the key. Unlike the traditional software-based image enhancements, which strengthens the CPU and deliver rigid result, the dedicated display chip handles this processing with much lower power use. The dedicated display chip also supports super resolution where handling graphics processing tasks simultaneously. The P4 series dedicated display chip used AI-powered resolution, reconstruction, leveraging deep learning to analyze and enhance images for sharper, high-resolution visuals, intelligently upscaling content to maximize your display's capability. Our dedicated chip now supports 144 FPS in over 100 popular global games, delivering smooth gameplay wherever you are. So you can imagine that if you are using a laptop, your gaming experience always lagging a bit. That is why a lot of people, they are buying a desktop, they are purchasing the CPU, they're purchasing the GPU separately, right? So it's the same for the smartphone, and the experience is the same. Basically, in the past few years, brands are focusing a lot in improving its CPU. Now, entering the new era, I believe CPU and GPU will become equally important. And now Realme has been introducing this technology to mid-range first of the time, and I believe with a few years forward, dedicated GPU will be popularized. It will be a common technology in all the smartphone brands. Same like the periscope we introduced with Realme 12 Pro Plus in the mid-range. Now you see periscope in a lot of phones. Same will happen in the dedicated GPU again. Now with online price, you will be enjoying this flagship technology, which is a great job, I believe. So dual chip integration tackles the challenges of high graphics, stable frame rates, and low power. With the P4 series, we're delivering flagship experiences, more accessibility, continuing Realme P series tech leadership. So that is why I'm saying Realme P series will be the pioneer, will be our dedicated series for online users, will be pioneering a lot of new technologies. Starting from a dedicated GPU, I will be making sure that more and more new technologies will be brought by Realme P series, and the price will always remains online competitive. And the Realme P series, I believe, is our big weapon to fight in the online segment, to fight against those online brands. So for more details on the Realme P series, please feel free to reach out in the comment. That's all the unboxing of today. Thank you for watching.